Let's create a torn landscape. You will need a blank sheet of paper, a glue stick, old magazines or old advertisements, or you can use blank sheets of paper and coloring utensils. A landscape is often a scene outside. Usually, it captures what we find in nature. Think about the mountains, or a countryside, or the beach, for examples. First, let's review the parts of the landscape. The foreground is the part that is closest to us. That means it's going to look the largest. The middle ground is in the middle of our landscape. It will be created slightly smaller because it is slightly further away. And the background is what you will find generally at the top of your landscape artwork. It is going to be the furthest away from us, so it is going to be the smallest. If you are creating your material, let's start with half sheets of paper and coloring utensils. I chose to color my paper with greens for grass, browns for earth and maybe mountains, and blues for the sky. Imagine what colors and textures we often find in landscapes, or what colors and textures you would like to create in your landscape. If you decide to use magazines or advertisements, the same principles apply. Look for colors and textures that you might imagine finding in a landscape. To begin my landscape, I start by tearing what is my horizon line. That is the line that separates the earth from the sky. So I used brown for my mountains. Once I tear a long shred, I carefully apply my glue stick to the back of it and place it on my piece of paper. I place it where I would like my horizon to be. So whatever is below is going to be my earth, and whatever is above, I will shred strips of paper to create my sky. I begin at the top and work my way towards the horizon line. Something to remember: as I build up my sky towards my horizon line, I am slowly working my way closer to the viewer. So if you wanted to add strips of paper that have more detail, it could be a more realistic effect for your shredded landscape. As you apply these strips of paper, think about what we are looking at. Are you creating a mountainscape? Are we looking at a field of flowers? Choose the colors and textures that best illustrate your desired landscape. I want to make sure that all of my white space of my paper is filled in with strips of paper. Once we complete the sky of our landscape, then I begin working on the earth of my landscape. So similarly to how we created our sky closest to our horizon line is going to be furthest away to our viewer. That means that as you build your landscape towards your foreground, your strips of paper might grow larger and with more details to them. I also decided to add a few flowers to my foreground. But you're welcome to add any different type of detail to the foreground of your landscape. I also decided to add a moon in the sky of my landscape. So I just chose an interesting white sheet of paper and I used my scissors to cut them out.